number 1, says Bleh.
I agree.
They're ready for bed. I'm ready to go to town, Hugo, because I think that's what HellRaisers are going to do here on Cobblestone. We watched them pretty quickly dispatch of North there on Mirage. There were certainly signs of life. We've got to give credit where it's due.
Yeah.
But, of course, remember the map choice of North has gone their opponent's way, and I'm definitely siding with Dust here. I think that what he was bringing up and the points he was mentioning with Woxic's ability to get up close and personal and kind of, you know, skewer anything he chooses to on the T side is what we'll be watching here. If they are able to lock down Woxic for whatever reason, if somebody from North steps up and counters him, if Mertz, for example, has one hell of a game and can counterpick him, then maybe HellRaisers start running into trouble. But I think it's at that point that, you know, as again, Dustin Sudan brought up, we're going to watch them start diverting into the drop-down play instead. So it's you know, step 1, stop Woxic. Step 2, block drop.
I mean, step 1 is difficult enough, Connor.
Yeah.
You've presented some very difficult mathematical equations for us. Woxic is not one easily stopped. Over 30 kills in the previous map. Issa as well had a fantastic game on Mirage, so we're looking for them to step up again. We need the boys on North, or we need the boys on North that we usually see at the top of the board. We need KRB up there. We're going to need to see Mertz hit some fantastic AWP shots as well, but again, up against Woxic, easy said than done, especially on Cobblestone, right? T side for HellRaisers, though, they did pick it as said by the desk, so there's going to be, interestingly enough, setting up towards B. AZ shuts down the first player. Angel dropped. DevFox still spotted here with a bomb. They have the information, so this rotation can come in. AZ, good stuff. KRB as well, having some impact on the site with one. Double down from KRB and Issa as well, the only man caught. There's even the MSL flank, the classic MSL flank. Sorry, it's Mertz actually on the back line. But KRB still finishes off with 3. Fantastic pistol for North.
I love USP headshots.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of a lot of things, but the USP headshots up there with a deagle, I'd say. It's such a succulent feeling, Hugo. So North win out on the pistol. That's going to be a good opening for them. Obviously, a refreshing stance, seeing as they have already, of course, lost the opening map. They will upgrade into guns. Double FAMAS, single M4, 2 umps. And HellRaisers, well, they never got a bomb plant. Hell, they never had a chance. I mean, that was just clean 1-taps. For 3 of those 5 frags.
The force for HellRaisers to see how much they can get with the response. They've got the classic VP setup here, Connor. They've got passive outside of a long here. It's more of a pistol round setup than a second round, but hey, it could work. Working their way down with a bomb while players look towards the drop. But they don't wait for too long on long. Instead, they're going to begin to make contact with MSL on the other side. Off angle. FAMAS, not going to be predicted, but Angel still hits the reaction shot. 9 HP in the process, and Mertz, he's got to win a duel here. He's got to take a couple of kills, because if they get 2 FAMASes with no deaths, that's HellRaisers running away with the second round. They won't challenge him for now, though. They'll just decide to back off with that gun, and that's a good decision at least. Allow North to kind of question this round, throw a rotation over, maybe go for a 2-2 setup. But Angel, he's done it again. 9 HP, doesn't even matter. Drops Mertz, trade back in, but still, this is looking dangerous now for North.
You can see KRB trying to reel in from long A. Now, at least AZ's spotting from platform. This is how we watched him start off his CT side versus Godsent, was kind of, you know, using that long range of engagement. Positioning up on the flat. Nice Molotov at the feet of HellRaisers. You'd think they're comfortable in the flames, but things are too hot to handle. Valda cleans it up, and just like HellRaisers opened up on the A site, North then bounced back on long. Done and dusted.
Yeah, Valdi had a great previous map as well, so nice to see him come into life early into this. 3 kills in that with that UMP. So, not only money made, but the round saved there by North. They take the 2-0, but still HellRaisers, you know, get a bit of damage off at least into these rounds. They are just going to force up again. Okay, HellRaisers. They love to do this. This is a team that loves to force. As much as they do want that AWP on Woxic, they're going to pull in the big guns, or not really the big guns, although they are CZs, into the 3rd round as well. Looking to try and catch North out while their money's low, but the issue is we've got a pretty good buy here for North. 4 rifles, plenty of utility. Only 1 kit, but this is not a map where it's pretty easy to get a bomb down in the first place. So retake isn't the biggest issue for North at the moment. They should have the sights under their control. It's Mertz and MSL on A. HellRaisers in middle. This is always a difficult fight as well to take with a CZ. The range that MSL's playing from means his M4 is just going to be so much better than these CZs. Although, we'll still see HellRaisers commit for the time being. Everyone here about to burst out.
Ooh, flashbang's fantastic. Follow-up's even better. MSL's just caught out to the open, so the gun is great. But when you can't see anything, you don't have much to work with. Now they're flooding forward. They're still standing with 5 players up, and then even Mertz is dropped. They have managed to get themselves into the A site with a plant and 5 guys up until Valde comes in. Lots of damage being dished out here, and now it's the balcony in question. Woxic wrapping around, cuts off the player with full HP, and Valde has 4 health to play off of. It's over. HellRaisers and the utility on that entry was superb.
Yeah, MSL clearly wasn't expecting the full stack there because he just committed to that angle for way too long. He just sat there fully blinded like, oh, I'll be okay, just hide behind the pillar, re-peek, and then boom, the second flash comes in and HellRaisers have 5 players running up mid, you know? Really nice stuff from HellRaisers, like perfect flashbangs as well. Nothing North could do there. And that was all down to North just playing the passive setup, expecting full pistols as well, and getting full pistols with no armor taken to account. I mean, Glocks. But HellRaisers catching them off guard with a force buy of their own. And hell, it works out. It's risky, but they win it. So rifles brought home for HellRaisers. 1 gun save for Valde. And the first on the board by the T's as they look to double down, bring things back to an equal scoreline. North try and get the reset, but they lost all their money in that one, Connor.
I feel like we watched HellRaisers do that exact same buy on Overpass yesterday versus Fragsters, where they had a successful second round and they decided to go for the gamble. You know?
Yeah.
They did, right?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, so they're willing to take those chances, and I mean, they're 2 for 2 in those instances. Now, of course, they have themselves quite the buy. Still, though, North not on wobbly legs, really, other than Mertz. He wants that op moving forward, so he'll hold on to a Deagle for now. And he is just floating back here, using the half wall for cover, instantly ripped off of that piece. Now, Angel's already thrown himself back behind the stables. Valde comes over from long A, and it does go traded right away. Dead Fox now has 3.
Pretty key openers to this A site as well. Leaves just 2 players from North. Not really a huge reason to save unless it's, you know, bombed down and completely out of the round. They look for something. KRB hunts for maybe any overfacing HellRaisers players, but with that not coming through, they just look to hold on to these guns for a rainy day. HellRaisers equal the score up early on into the game. They don't allow North to run away with the expected 3-0 victory that can always lead to 5 if you find that first buy round as well. And HellRaisers looking good so far. 4 guns kept alive, and take into account they actually didn't have that many rifles into the beginning of the round, but now they're running away with 4, picking up 3 M4s in that round. Looking pretty strong as they do. North, they won't be forcing around this anytime soon. These kind of force buys that we see from HellRaisers in the 3rd round are more common on the T side because it's so cheap to buy, whereas less common on the CT side. North probably shouldn't force up around this. They've got some loss bonus to work with. That's 2 in a row for HellRaisers, so 2,400 coming in next round. They keep 2K here. They'll have just enough for a buy. 4,400 is essentially your first round CT buy after losing pistol and the conversions. So it's enough for an M4, body armor, a flash and a smoke, and then any kills they get in this round will just bolster that a little bit.
Starting to rack up that momentum. And again, setting the pace, right? We've seen them definitely hitting up that A site. Getting past the defense of North. MSL's rotations in from connector or holds on the half wall just haven't been able to piece much together. Now, where's AZ at? He's going to be playing long A, and KRB with the ump is here in drop down. He's going to be boosted straight into the crosshair of Bondic, who's not able to connect the headshot, so they are able to just fall off of this initial boost. I like that North are trying to take initiatives. You've got to do something when you're already at such a disadvantage. Although with a follow-up volley of a Molotov and flash, drop down could be in the hands of HellRaisers. There is still a stack from North over towards the A site. Fair enough, seeing as they've been conditioned to this side of the map.
Look at this stack as well. I mean, if there's any round you're going to run a stack, it is this. 4, almost the 5th considering it, with smokes and nades being thrown over to B. KRB will commit. The issue is, will North decide to rotate? Because if they do, that'll be misguided. No, they won't. This is clever from North. They're just going to gamble it, give it a risk. Angel walks in through mid, checks the wrong angle. MSL lets him pass, but it's actually easy to strike. MSL still hasn't shot a bullet. They don't know he's in this corner. They're going to expect it to be completely clear, but they will check it on the second entry. Issa dropping him with a dink to the head. And KRB now the only B player left alive. Somehow, HellRaisers walk into a 4-man A stack and only take 1 casualty.
Just outclassing North, decimating the defense. And to be fair, exerting an advantage on the guns.
Of course.
but just barely. I mean, Issa could have been a casualty, Dead Fox as well. However, they do come up with 2 frags apiece. The double-double.
Well, HellRaisers back in the lead now. North should have the buy here. Kirby's just looking for any exits, but they are going to be shuffling up towards long, so he won't be able to just get an extra $600 here. It would always be nice, because again, he's probably going to upgrade this gun anyway. I mean, he could just go for, you know, the head armor reinvestment, knowing they have saved M4s, and then pulling in some bits of utility here and there. But we'll see how he decides to invest, to be honest. He has a UMP. There's plenty of positions where he can play that quite well. I mean, he does like that drop down anyway. Could play towards the broken wall on B. But he will choose to upgrade it for now. Actually, no, dropping a gun over to allow for more utility to be purchased up. And as pointed, the 2 M's for North, currently on 0 kills. But we're early days, Connor. There's always a chance for retribution.
Yeah, there is. And you'd hope so, right? Because again, coming into this series and kind of praising North's performance yesterday, it was that MSL was leading the show. Everybody from North was putting in the impact, and now he's going to be having 2 quiet games so far. It's early.
Yeah.
Plenty of time for redemption and retribution. Of course, they're also back into the buy, so the economy's starting to stabilize from North. Gives them what should be a chance back into this CT side, but HellRaisers are still just playing with them. Exchanging rounds over towards long, spamming in through smoke, and toying with the idea of hitting this drop down.
The Molotov in and North playing very passive. It will look like a exciting place for HellRaisers to set their foot in. MSL holds the outside of the window as well, so it's not quite for free for HellRaisers. Drop in from Angel. Could be flash around the corner as well. KB close with the SMG, but no head armor as well. And Angel on a M4 means this is even more lethal than usual. With the smokes flying over, HellRaisers is going to bound out through long. Angel going in through the drop, but fails on his first duel. It's going to be easy, finding more. And everyone actually on the CT side doing damage, but Woxic and Bondic pulling it back, keeping it in check, but not for long enough. Now just Woxic. Fantastic game on Mirage, but he's got a big task ahead of him. Already being wrapped around the right side of the site. And Kirby hiding in the smoke, waiting for it to dissipate. Woxic firing off shots and 2 more kills from Woxic. He needs a 4K to win the round. And he's only got 20 seconds to do it as well. But he knows Kirby's there. And that's the round taken. Woxic, fantastic work on B.
That is gnarly. I mean, he even adds into the damage to Bondic there as those 2 players try to get their way back into it. He just, so good at isolating those fights, tapping away into the brains of North. And now just blasting them back into the struggle of a buy. Hands down MVP of today.
Yeah, very preemptive push though from North. I gotta say, like just running into the site, trying to take a fight in the 3-on-1. Wait for the bomb plant. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. There's no pressure on you to take the fight. Just hide. KOB played that perfectly. He didn't chase around the right side. You know, he just held his position. But his teammates both pushed rock and both died. Yes, I understand you're playing trade game and you should be able to trade that back. But there's one of the examples of it not happening. Of you playing the situation as a buddy system, but Woxic's just too damn good.
Yeah. You could have played that buddy system even 10 seconds later.
Yeah, and you would have guaranteed the round. Wait for the smoke to fade so Kirby can push as well. And 3 of you can push, then you can't lose the round. But Kirby was smoked off.
Yeah, a fatal error punished by incredible individual play.
Yeah.
Woxic translating his success on Mirage here into the cobblestone. And now these CTs are just going to be picked apart. One after one, they have all fallen. Mertz and MSL. Pistols up, AK grabbed, exit found.
Mertz just looking to join the party as well, get a gun to play with, but he misses the shot. Now he's going to be hunted. Goodbye, Angel, making more and more cash. 3 kills in that round. Seems like MSL should get away with this gun, but Dead Fox is running towards it, and it's a fight that like MSL doesn't really need to take, especially against an SMG player. But if he can get a one-on-one, considering there's no one else here, it is a free kill after all. So there we go. 1 for him. Needs to reposition though with players coming in through the spawn. Will he expect it? Oh, doesn't matter with shots like that. Still being surrounded. HellRaisers is still very incessant to take this gun away from him. Very dangerous play from HellRaisers because they lose a lot of money in the process. Either way, they keep 2 alive, and they have 5 rounds, so it's not over. Well, not a huge problem, at least, for HellRaisers. And the buy can come back up from North here.
As well, with North having just kind of, given up that last round, not really buying much at all, they're going to have a nice solid buy. A big one. Ops, grenades, it's theirs. We really haven't seen much of an AWP play so far on Cobblestone. I mean, HellRaisers haven't really needed it, but it hasn't been crucial to their success so far on the second map.
Well, again, Cobblestone, a map where you usually pull in the AWP as a counter. It's so cliche. I always say that, but you usually pull it in as a counter to a CT AWP. And
you're such a cliche. Hugo.
I am such a cliche. And North haven't pulled it up, but they'll make up for the lack of AWP by buying 2.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was going to say, like, with so much money, they could double AWP, and then when we bounce back into the game, we see they have, in fact, done exactly that. And Woxic has an AWP of his own. So you haven't seen AWPs, but
here you go.
Here's a new chapter of the second map. 5-2, 8th round set to unfold. Both teams on a bye, and it's the sniper show. So it seems.
Only set up outside of B for HellRaisers, just your default here. There's North. Will they be the team to start contesting this plateau? Again, we don't see them push down long too much on the CT side, but their plateau control is something that's really strong. Constantly locking teams out of this B play, especially with their utility, really good at delaying HellRaisers or T's to push generally. MSL gets tagged in mid with a warbang, funnily enough. So down to 35, he's back on the danger stairs. We've got a very heavy A setup here from North. 3 players with one of the 2 AWPs. Watch out for that. That's Mertz as well. Close the push. The smoke KMB with 1. Can he double? Yes! He's so low, but he's still getting the job done. Woxic on the corner, and KMB's in for more. 3 kills here on the defense. Great stuff.
Woxic at least taking one over his shoulder. But now we've got a player actually creeping his way in through connector. Valda punishes exactly that. Issa left over. And while the double up setup makes an appearance from North, it is the rifling of KRB to shut down that mid push. HellRaisers getting lost in the smoke grenade and being lost in the 8th round. If Issa had the bomb, then maybe he makes an argument for himself. Maybe he even drops one of these 2 snipers, dealing a little damage onto North. They invested heavily into this. He has seemed to isolate AZ.
He knows. He just saw him as well.
Come here.
AZ's just calling for his entire team. Guys, help me. Please help me.
It's Issa. He's coming.
Knocking on the door. Hello. Oh, no.
Another one.
Looking to save the AWP as well. No need to fight here for North. No need at all, but they will. KRB going in for his 4th kill of the round, failing in doing so. I mean, Issa can't be too upset with that. He saves an AWP. They have loads of money to buy around it. He gets 3 kills. He basically screws North's money. Look at the cash.
Yeah. I mean, you have 4 players. You just gave up the round previous, not even buying Kevlar, so that you could ensure you have a double op setup. You come in with all the trimmings, all the bells and whistles. You could have exited with 4 players, all 3. AZ was dead to rights, but then you only walk away with 2. One of which being an op, so that 2 sniper setup, unless they reinvest back into it, is not going to be found in this round. We shall see. Yes, they have decided to put the cash on the line.
Ooh. That's a good smoke. Well, either way, HellRaisers set up again, this time outside of B, it seems. 3 players here with the bomb. Make that 4. Just Angel lurking up on A. Again, North. 2 AWPs up, as you said. AZ sitting back towards his chicken coop, hoping not to be hunted this time. We even have Valde in the bait corner as well. Good setup, to be honest, on the site. KRB even in playing close. They give up the connector and the drop down, but they do have a man in the door to at least shut that down. That is Mertz. If this does come into a push on the B site, he can easily rotate in and do some damage. But HellRaisers clearing out the plateau, making sure there's no close contesting from North before they go for the execute.
He's waiting. That's where he died last round, opping from the coop. Valda's going to be playing to the fountain. We've seen this KRB position yesterday, and it did actually get him 2.5 frags. He's going to play counter flash, and AZ picks up the opening pick. The smoke at his feet, and KRB does come in with, again, some impact. But Angel's going to clear it out, and Angel, continuing on his tear, drops Mertz. AZ's still back here, and Woxic knows it. Or so it seems. The flank's even coming in from the back line. That bomb could exit towards the A site if it leaves right here and now, and they might just go for this.
Yeah, MSL again pulling in the big flanks, but he does spot it and shut down 1. The trade is in, but is there time? That's the question of the round. Woxic, he's going for a run. He's going for a Hail Mary towards his site, and I think he just has it in the bag. Oh, it's going to be close. No. No.
He's got it!
Oh.
He's got it! The bomb's in. Off
Wow.
1v1. No kid on AZ, and he's going to have to rotate quick. Woxic takes an aggressive stance. He's going to get up close and personal, and he can off like this all day long. He hears AZ coming through. The no-scope's good. The timing's great. And HellRaisers back on the board.
And the reason that surprises me so much is that setup is sick from North, right? The way it's so good is not only do you have KRB hiding in the corner, assuming they don't put pressure on drop, which they didn't that round, they all come out of the plateau. He sprays down too. All of the focus of everyone on plateau is directed not only to AZ, who's also taking some attention in the chicken coop, but also KRB in that corner. And then you have Valde just hiding in the bait corner, waiting to peek out wide while they're all facing towards drop. But he still gets nothing done from that position, and that's the big thing. Like, HellRaisers one step ahead. They know they make sure to check the spot. They make sure Valde can't get anything done. They completely shut him down when that setup looked fantastic for North.
I also wish we had seen the kill from Woxic onto the flanker of platform, because it was him and Angel, and so it seemed with X-Ray from AZ's position that they were both looking into the drop room, right?
Yeah.
Then he lines up both of them because you saw their health falling at the same time, and then suddenly that sniper just snaps back, and we're into the 1v1. The marathon to the A-bomb site.
Yeah, don't know how he did that. I mean, that's ballsy. Like, well played. Especially when you know AZ's on B. Like, he saw him in the chicken coop. He knows he can take that fight and probably confidently win it as well. But, nah, just go for it. Style points for Woxic.
Beautiful stuff. And it nets HellRaisers what could be easy sailing here in the 10th round, looking to extend their lead by 4. The pistols of North assorted across the B-bomb site. One line of defense at A, and that's MSL, as you can see in the side screen. Sectioned off by smoke for now. Will get a little bit of vision, and he connects that first Eagle shot. Angel wants none of it.
Thing is, they do kind of want the trade. They don't want to leave that gun around to be picked up by MSL. He will fall back to the site, doesn't want anything more to do with it himself. Again, you know, even on these pistol rounds, if you're North and you take a pick, just fall back. You can just play the trade game from now on, even if you are under-equipped. And while Angel will kind of get the gun out of position, move it away, hide it in the rubble, MSL's nowhere near it. North have gone for the quad B stack. They've read into this. HellRaisers going back towards this B bomb site. As Bondic looks to put some pressure on the drop down. Faking out the fall. North, will they be the fools? Or will they fool HellRaisers? With 4 players on B, this looks good for the CTs, but how much can they do with the pistols?
It's going to come down to execution. Eliminations. Bondic instantly gets himself that first one. Now, AZ's found 2, and that's it. That's all from him. Kierby, next man down. MSL, remember, started this one off with a headshot, and he's coming versus 2 tag Ts, but Izza gets it done, and HellRaisers will dodge what could have been an upset. They did walk into the bomb stack. They did lose a bunch of players, but in the end, they manage. Kill differential coming in from HellRaisers as close as can be, from 6 to 9, and the majority of these players being on 8. Everybody putting in work. Mertz, 0 kills. One of the questions was, what do you do to solve the problem of Woxic? Could you counter-snipe him? Clearly not.
And again, there's just no consistency, right? Like, last game, it was Valde destroying, AZ was having a sick performance. That was KRB top of the board, which is nice and all, but, you know, again, not only were Mertz silent, with MSL fallen off since yesterday, and inconsistent top fraggers for North, whereas it's the same story every time for HellRaisers. The same as last map. Woxic, Dead Fox, Issa. These are the names we're looking to.
MSL's a great guy, man. You have this lineup, he's in the front of it. All those players are doomed, he's in front of it. Actually, well, like, AZ gets put on top of the wall. How come he gets to play Humpty Dumpty? That's some favoritism if I've ever seen it.
That is one of the things that people really don't take into account when they hop on MSL, because I do hop on him a little bit, but I also think he's a very good player. Like, he really plays for the team. The comparison I would make is, while they're completely different roles, is Stiko, in the sense that you all, if in mouse sports, the same way as in North, if you ever have a UMP, it will be on MSL. If there's anyone who ever has to take a hit in terms of a buy, it will be MSL. It will be Stiko. It will always be that guy just having to take the hit and, you know...
Life of Martin.
Yeah, life of Martin. Never fun, but, you know, someone has to do the dirty work, and that is MSL for this team. It's just a shame that they are not having the performance that we hoped of North so far. HellRaisers a very sizable lead. We see why they picked the T side of Cobble. I can say that right now. Definitely,
definitely. And what's crazy, too, is that versus yesterday, obviously against Godsend, who's not necessarily as much of a cobblestone team, North did have a superb CT side. They really worked the extremities of the map incredibly well. MSL's flank was consistently undermining these B-side executions, but HellRaisers are a whole other beast. A fiery monster so far here in the opening 11 rounds. It's the 12th now, and it's HellRaisers again going to what has worked, hitting up the B site as the smokes blanket it. Dead Fox finding himself the opening. AZ's been revealed here just next to the bomb site itself, and Mertz tagged to 16, nearly flanked by Bondic, but he instead strikes the man on site, and MSL does get his flank in, although it's not in time. Yeah. Woxic just chucks the bomb over. He's going to cower back behind boxes and invite MSL to come forward.
Instead rerouting towards a drop down, giving it a go at the very least, and that's a good start. 2 kills already on MSL. And Woxic low as well in the chicken coop, the one position that can be easily warbangable. You've got to watch out for that. Angel showing away his position, but Woxic will just face. No problem with that, takes the kill. And HellRaisers 9-3 up here on the T side. We have North down again on pistols. And HellRaisers haven't even been hitting A up that too much, right? It's been constant B assaults, even with North putting 3 or 4 players on that site every time. We've never had any kind of like intricate fakes from HellRaisers, any like, you know, forcing North to rotate, anything too in-depth, I will say. And then it's not needed. HellRaisers are just walking into B every round and winning the duels.
Poor North. They have very little to work with in this one. 3 Deegs. But was 2 P250s, but it's quick work. Although, we've got a little bit of a resurgence here, a response. North trying to resuscitate this B-site defense. They've actually put the AK on Mertz as well. He's going to start moving that back from the A site where they obtained it over towards B, where HellRaisers have put down this bomb. Now, Kierby and MSL combining forces on the flank. They're going to start to pressure long. Woxic's got the op trained in, but he's also worried about drop down. He has still 2 teammates with him. And a Molotov could spell disaster now. We're at the 24-second mark still on the ticker. North trying to play a little quicker, but how do they get past the flames without taking all the damage? That's the question.
Woxic missing shots, though. He needs to follow up with something here, because it's only Dead Fox on the site. Good retake from North. They get it done, but there's no time. Yeah, it's over. They may get the kills, they may save the guns, but it's still HellRaisers' round. Awkward spot for Woxic to play with the AWP, especially if you're sending 2 up long. You've got to hit really hard headshots there over the tip, because if you wide face that, or if you go towards the box, you're just very open to the site as well, and he doesn't really want to expose himself when, you know, Dead Fox is down the highway, and he's already lost his teammate playing statue due to the rotation from the rock. So yeah, HellRaisers, pretty solid stuff here. And as you can see, even from the rounds North are winning, they're not keeping anyone alive. Not that they've won too many. They actually keep more players alive in the rounds that HellRaisers win, because they're saving. 3
1vX situations, and 3 situations where 2 players from HellRaisers survive. So there have been moments where North create opportunity. But once the scoreline starts to get into this territory, close just doesn't count. MSL, he's going to be traded out after 1. Double op setup, of course, still in play between AZ and Mertz. Grenades sailing into the A site. That draws out the rotation. In that moment, Bondic drops, and now the bomb will double back. So, assuming Bondic can control the connector as his teammates get into position, then the North have unfortunately forfeited the bomb site that they didn't realize they needed. Valda will try to move forward here. He's making a lot of noise, and Bondic opts not to actually swing out wide. It's still just going to be a 1 versus 1 once Valda is seen, if he plays the cover. In fact, him and AZ both get a kill apiece. Bondic is still yet to strike because he gets killed instantly on the exit. It's all on Woxic.
Don't count him out. We've seen him do this before. And 2 low players means that wallbangs, leg shots, they're all an option, but Mertz not going to give him the opportunity. Peeks out wide from the close corner, and he will take the round into his own hands. 4 on the board for North. So if they can take the 4th and maybe the 5th of the half, they'll have something to play with going into that 2nd, and they've got the money to do so, at least for the time being. But, I mean, HellRaisers are in the same boat. It's a little thrown over, so some limitations, but nothing to be worried about if you're HellRaisers. It's still 10-4 up on this T side of Cobblestone.
Yeah. Although if I have to nitpick, I do wonder why Bondic maybe doesn't try to come out a little sooner there. There was a moment where Valde's making noise. You know he's standing between rock and sight. He doesn't have cover, but he misses the opportunity. That's fine. They still have had success on the T side, and now they're going to pick up the tempo. They're going to pick up this pace. Still heading into the B bomb site, which has been their bread and butter. Balda jumping up and downwards, looking for help here as his teammates just die around him. But KRB does have a breath of life, a chance back, a double down, not the third. Woxic stops him there, and as the bomb carrier, Woxic will disengage.
And look at Angel's position already. He just worked up out A long as soon as Mertz left the A site. He walked through the door. So it could have been an opportunity for Angel to get an extra kill, but even without it, they've got the A site under full control. Mertz may realize this soon rather than later, but Bondic is still lurking in the drop down. So as soon as they see him, they suddenly question it. They go, okay, is it still B? Are they coming out plateau? Or maybe he comes in for the backstab. It all depends how Bondic wants to play this. Does he push preemptively? They don't know he's here. The timing. Oh, AZ's been spotted. Now Mert's going to move in to try and help him, pincering him from the back lines. But Angel is still pushing in. They think that North have some kind of A control or something because the bomb's still coming down plateau. Gonna reconsider again. Sent back towards the A site. AZ still trying to hold off onto this duel, but he's now out of ammo on the CZ. Bondic still lurking in this position. Has not been dealt with yet. And yeah, the bomb can just be taken to A. Bondic's got an opportunity to run as well, join his teammate. Doesn't even need to take this fight to AZ. And that's it. AZ's been cornered out of the round. Stuck in a very difficult 1v2.
Oh, no. Woxic hadn't had the chance to cross. Ooh. Spotted as AZ fires. His position now revealed. 12 HP is very little to work with. But what I like about this positioning is he can use this half wall as cover. Just looking for the headshots now. And Bondic sectioned off into the corner. Woxic is doubling back here. He's kind of strafing left and right, which means he could be caught by surprise. In fact, he is. Now it's up to Bondic to try and cover this cross. He is spotted, and AZ. So smooth.
That looked impossible.
It did. Again, 12 HP, right? So you know you need to dodge bullets. And Bondic was just trying to keep his eyes back towards connector, but it's the element of surprise that AZ still managed to work with.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say that HellRaisers necessarily play that bad. They just committed to duels, right? I mean, Woxic didn't even fully commit. He just goes for the information play and gets shot on the peak. And then it's Bondic just trying to trade because, again, AZ doesn't know where he is. It's just he spotted his arm peeking, so he, you know, could then pre-fire the angle when he strafed a little bit further right. So really well played from AZ, of course. And, you know, not even necessarily a bad post-plant for HellRaisers.
It's just what AZ was doing yesterday on Cobble as well. Clean headshots.
Yeah.
AK headshots on the entry of B platform. This time it's on the retake of A.
And hey, now with North moving over to the C side, we could see AZ reinvigorated after that clutch. Some you know, rifles in his hand, some kills to that B site. Certainly what we need to see if North want to pull this game back into a closer matchup, because it is a 5-10 scoreline on the half. HellRaisers leading pretty heavily.
Yeah, definitely. They have been. I mean, it's one of those situations where, I mean, North get the first 2 rounds of the half. They get the round in the middle. And they get the 2 last ones. That's literally all they had, you know?
Yeah.
Strong start, strong finish, sign of life in the middle, just so that, you know, they have a pulse. we know they're still
here,
alive.
guys?
But other than that, it was just HellRaisers all day long.
Well, either way, let's see if HellRaisers can carry on and convert.
Man, look at Kierby. I kind of didn't keep it in check his stats for this game, and he's been trying to drag his team forward.
The thing is, he's been having like every time HellRaisers hit B, KRB gets 2 or 3 kills, and then his team just kind of like fall apart on the site. And yeah. Valdi, I don't think I saw Valdi get like anything done from that corner that he played almost every round. He repeatedly played that corner, and Woxic killed him every time. Woxic just sat up with the AWP on broken wall, posted, waited, let his team deal with KRB. Like Issa just walks out, kills AZ. Like that's how every round went pretty much. Issa walks out, kills AZ, Valdi gets caught by the AWP, and then KRB gets 2 kills and then gets traded.
See if North can work these Glocks. They do filter downwards to the bottom of middle. They're pinched. They're popped. Bombs dropped. Woxic still standing, and Deadfox clearing the corners. A trade frag successfully found, but MSL with KRB side by side. They're going to be challenged instantaneously by the CTs, who are pushed back. KRB, in fact, has cut this down to a 1 versus 2. And as he swaps to the P2K, he'll reposition himself on long. He's got all the time in the world.
Easier option to rotate back as well. HellRaisers don't have mid control, so they have no information as to whether he's walked back through the door. He waits for the potential of a flank to come through, but HellRaisers instead expect him to do the same, so they move back towards B and just hold on to the drop. I feel like if we're going to be HellRaisers here, I would like them to commit to a site, not sit in the drop down. Either go into B and play towards the site, or go into A. Don't dilly-dally around in the connector, because you're just giving a free bomb plant to KRB. Yes, okay, you know, grouping is a good idea in this position, but at least stop him from hitting one of the sites. Because right now you're giving him a lot of room. If he walks out plateau, yes, Bonding might hit the cross shot, but KRB at least gets a chance to go to statue, and from then on he can play his own round. But none of that matters, because he's walking up mid.
And so it seems he's going to find himself a chance at this after plant. Unless Issa comes back here and now, or even hits this headshot, but now it's spotted, right? There is no longer an element of surprise. He is outnumbered, but he will take his bomb plant. No, he fakes it the first time, and that's what he's going to get punished for. Bondic catches his head. I'm not sure what Issa said, but it was animated, and I like it.
Oh, that's a shame as well, because if he actually committed to the bomb plant, there would have been the option for North to buy up on the third round of the half, which would have been far more profitable and favorable, considering HellRaisers now have an 11-5 lead.
Yeah.
You know, it would have been 12-5, then North would have had a buy at the very least. So now they've got to, you know, give a couple of rounds away to HellRaisers, 12-5, and then the buy coming through, like, or 13-5, sorry, and then the buy coming through. That's not fun. So North, not in the best of spots right now. They could pick up this force buy and catch HellRaisers off guard, upset them. And maybe we could see them pull this game back, but until that happens, we'll have to wait for the rifles.
Smoke at the feet of North just as they start entering inwards. Issa's going to get deleted. Angel does take two with him, but Bondic's tagged up. The bomb's dropped on the box, and Woxic with a headshot into the 2 versus 2. But look at the HP for North, unfortunately so low already, and Dead Fox flanking. Oh, KRB should be done for. And he is the last man up, so no. Ooh. Another opportunity for KRB to clutch. And of course, it's versus Woxic.
Fake jump.
Fake jump.
Woxic checks it, though. He knows what's up. But will he expect A or B? Because KRB has the option of either. Woxic's still here, and KRB about to walk to his death, potentially. Woxic's on the angle, and KRB won't expect it. Pretty well played from Woxic as well, actually.
Yep.
3 kills from him, and yeah, repositioning in the exact spot that KRB would not expect him after going for the fake jump.
He's not falling for his tomfoolery.
Haha.
You're gonna have none of that. Tom's long gone. Wonder what he's up to.
Deserted us. Bowling, maybe. Who knows?
That was yesterday's expedition. North, unfortunately for themselves, unable to buy into this one, so HellRaisers are looking to extend their lead. They'll have their freebie. It is MP9s and an ump. M4 and a FAMAS. Grenades, kits, armor. 7-point lead. And lots of wind in their sails. We do get that early pick as well from the player playing long A. That would have been Dead Fox, so already ascertaining information.
Ooh. This could be awkward. Angel lines up 2, though, and again, they're armless. They're fleshy targets, little meat sacks, and Angel's going to take all 5. Pretty simple stuff on the defense there. Not going to have too much issue. That'll be another round on the board for HellRaisers. Now, this is what we've been waiting for, Connor. This is all led up to this buy. If North cannot find this rifle round, HellRaisers, I think, have won this game at this point. Because not only will it be 14-5, but also North will have no money. They have to, at the very least, get a bomb plant if they want another rifle round. If they want a backup chance.
God damn, man.
So good.
Just an ace.
As you do.
Don't worry about it. Don't sweat it. HellRaisers certainly aren't. Again, they have such a buffer at this point. They still have the buy they were using in the previous round. The only difference being it is now contested with bigger weapons from North. Mertz will have his op. Unable to pluck the initial kill off of the B site. AZ is boosted, so he's hoping to punish any kind of a push. And they also have a counter to the boost that is not being thrown forward from HellRaisers. They are actually spread quite thin. They're using grenades to soften up their targets.
Well, soften they shall. With the smoke down and drop, North takes some control. The issue is they're far from committed. There's still a man up on the A site, but KRB known to do this, known to kind of lurk up through long on this map and catch rotations. Not only that, but also even try and force the fake from HellRaisers. Try and make them convinced it's A, but HellRaisers a little wiser than that, throwing nades into drop. They know what they've given up. They know the positions that North hold, but do they expect so much presence on long? Angel smokes it off. Mertz looks for something through the smoke, but no opportunity presents itself. No gap is found. With 30 seconds left, North have to make a play, so the flashes start to fly on in. Valdi looking around the corner, Bondic defending onto the connector, just not committing to a duel. HellRaisers don't need to. It's North who are forced to find a kill with 24 seconds left up. AZ does exactly that, but now it's a sandwich in between the two. Mows down a double. KRB responds, but still, in a 3-on-3, the bomb under the control of HellRaisers. We need some quick frags from North. There's one, again traded back into control. The AWP actually having effect for Mertz as well, and that leaves just Deadfox in a 1v1, and he can just hide. There's no need to take this fight. The bomb's dropped. 4 seconds left on the clock, and Deadfox, he's done it. He's won the round for HellRaisers. Mertz has been bamboozled, and he's even going to get jumped on as well.
That is the nail in the coffin. You double back after hiding, running like a little schoolgirl just to win the round. It works, right? And again, right, when you just then delete the opera, you are ready to rock and roll. This game looks pretty done. I would put a fork in it.
Yeah. And not really, like, I expected so much more from North as well. That's the shame. I thought they would do so much better on this map.
But again, that was kind of, that was unfortunately the question mark that surrounded this team. Was like, if we had seen what they did yesterday across both opening days of this weekend, then I would say, okay, yeah, there's definitely no way North come into this matchup and don't give us at least a performance, right? We'd call the closer match, but it's as though they've just kind of reverted back to what we saw on Thursday. Unfortunately for them, right? Struggles. And HellRaisers have now, I think, well, they've solved any qualms that we had about them potentially being in form or having not been challenged, because they have just completely dispatched of North. A convincing map so far on their own choice, and of course the win on Mirage already. So we are looking at a 2-0 victory from HellRaisers, which would secure them a spot in the BetsNet Grand Finals. And if that's the case, then North are going down versus Fragsters for the Danish Derby. Both teams being put into the lower bracket by HellRaisers.
Exactly so. HellRaisers have a very good chance of winning this event, but they've got to win this game first. It's looking pretty simple on the B site for Angel. He's already opened up. Valdi trying to cross round, and Angel very low on the site, somehow darting around, somehow alive and kicking. The flashbang allows for another frag, and with these T's trying to respond, Mertz with 1 point of health, and MSL with only Galil in his hand. The smoke does go over, landing behind Deadfox, who just holds passively. HellRaisers still with a man advantage, and no need for them to force a kill. It's the job of North, but Deadfox still finds a shot, leaving Mertz alone, continually playing the headshot angle, the position that Woxic clutched earlier, but this is a little bit too much to ask for. Confident from HellRaisers, as this entire game has been, and 15 rounds, map and match point, 1 away from the grand final.
They are incredibly close, and they have shown absolutely no sign of stopping. Now, if we compare the T side so far from North, albeit a smaller sample size, yesterday versus Godsend, they were just getting those clean entries, right? So they never had to get into the nitty-gritty 3v3 type scenarios. And so far, HellRaisers have just been locking down that B bomb site. Whether it be with counter utility or just straight up kills, North have been coming in outnumbered. And that's always going to play against you, especially when you're not even able to find that bomb plant. HellRaisers have just been so quick on their rotations inwards, so good at flashing the entry, slowing it down, and just even delaying any kind of an execution. But she's not over yet. Ooh, Bondic actually caught with no weapon in hand. That's a crucial error. Here we go. Convincing entries. This is what we're talking about. A real sign of life. But Woxic comes over. Issa's here. It's over. So it seems. Mertz on 8 HP. Pinned in again. And the newcomers to HellRaisers have earned their spot in a grand finals here in Kiev. What a rockstar performance from Angel and the boys.
And that last round is a metaphor for that entire game, right? North walk in, they get 2 kills on the entry, and then Issa gets 3, Watson gets 2 in the round, and the game, the match is over. We will be seeing HellRaisers in the grand finals. And Connor, again, the big thing to look at is now the team, as you mentioned a couple of rounds ago, the team they're going to face in the grand finals, either North, who they just dominated, or Fragsters, who they already knocked out 2-0 just yesterday.
Yeah.
This is looking very good for HellRaisers. This is looking impressive, but let's not count either North nor Fragsters out. They've still got to play again tomorrow to decide who is going to be facing HellRaisers in that grand final, who is going to be getting a rematch. And as we know, if it is Fragsters, their rematches have gone pretty well versus VP. And,
Yeah,
you know,
very true, very true. And I mean, obviously they've already, I feel like the weight is kind of lifted off their shoulders, right? The pressure is definitely going to be on top of North. But then always going into those kinds of like domestic matchups, I can't help but feel like you favor the more experienced team in those, you know, situations. Like SK always obliterated Immortals, for example. It's always seems to go that way. It's just like it's something that's much more familiar. It's kind of like just going through motions. I feel also like there's a bit of nerves too, because if you are the up and coming team in a region facing your stars, it is the players you look up to, right? It's the players that you're going to be fans of and that you praise. So it'll be a tough one, I am sure, but that's what we'll have tomorrow for you guys. The Danish Derby to kick off the day, being, of course, Fragsters versus North, and then the winner of that matchup will be looking to seek revenge against HellRaisers in the finals.
I'm really excited for that Danish match as well, because I don't even want to go into it and go, yeah, no, North are guaranteed to win there. North looks shaky here today. And take into account as well, you know, they put up a good fight on Mirage, but that second map, they weren't even close there. 5 rounds and nothing on that second half, nothing on the T side. So, you know, Fragsters, who have been improving leaps and bounds and you know, have impressed us throughout this entire tournament, whereas North have been shaky, you know, day to day with, you know, a great second day and off first day, and now on the third day looking a bit underwhelming as well. I think there's a really good upset chance there for Fragsters. Yeah,
that's a really good point, right? Is we do have this kind of back and forth notion and performance from North. So if the pattern continues, then they're going to be playing lights out tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
But of course, if Fragsters continue with their consistency, which is something we've seen not only within the team, everybody chiming in for kills, everybody doing their job, but also just with results. I mean, again, I reflect back with the Fragsters game versus HellRaisers. Very important, very exciting, just as exciting as this interview will be. So we're done here for today. We'll see you guys tomorrow, but before that, we're going to have our interview and then the desk.
So I'm here with Angel, the captain of HellRaisers. Amazing performance so far. You didn't drop a map on this tournament. Did you expect that result here?
To be honest, no, I didn't expect. I thought it was going to be harder, but to be honest, like the fact we didn't lose the map doesn't show it was easy tournament, because like it was a lot of amazing clutches, which if we would lose, it would go other way. So it's not that easy as it looks right now.
Of course it's not, but you're about to play grand final tomorrow. So your opponent will be either North or Fragsters. Both teams you played against here on this championship. So who would you rather meet tomorrow?
I would like to play Fragsters again. They're cool guys. I like playing with them. They're like aiming really good. But to be honest, I think it's going to be North. Like they're more experienced on this level. They're going to do it, I think. But would like to both.
We've already seen Fragsters again, very experienced team today. So a couple of words about this young team. Something you want to say about them, maybe about other teams on the scene.
To be honest, they surprised me a lot. I think not only me, but a lot of teams, a lot of players, a lot of like viewers who was watching it. They played really calm CS and really smart CS. It's not the kind of CS which you're just running and shooting, but they're shooting good as well. So it's like both. I was really surprised by their like really organic default rounds. They played it really good. So keep an eye on them.
Okay, thank you very much, and good luck tomorrow in the grand final. And after a short break, we will be back.
5 reasons to bet on bets.net. 1. We are not a bookmaker agency. We are a betting exchange. We are fine with any outcome of the event, so we have no reason not to pay your win. The information about the bets is available for everyone in real time. We stand for fair esports. 2. Instant replenishment and withdrawal of funds. No delays, checks, and restrictions. 3. Convenient mobile app on iOS and Android. All site functionality is in your pocket. Bonuses for each user of the app. 4. More than 800,000 people trust us. We are the most visited esports bet site in the CIS. 5. All coefficients are fully transparent and the commission rate is the lowest. We play fair and square. Bets.net. Visit us and win with us.